Hello, and welcome back to My Nightmare. So everybody knows the big names in the slasher genre, right? Freddy, Jason, and Michael. But there are so many more fantastic slasher movies out there that just don't seem to get the recognition that they deserve. And so I wanted to make a video of my top 10 favorite underrated slashers. If nothing else, just to honor some of my favorite underrated films of the genre. And so without further ado, let's get into the rankings. Okay, at number 10, I have Deadly Lessons. This is actually a made-for-TV film that plays sort of like a mystery whodunit, but it's similar to a slasher in that individuals are being picked off one by one. And I really like some of these old-school made-for-TV horror films, and so I just had to put this one on here.
He's out there then, waiting.
At number 9, I have Offerings. This was released in 1989, and the plot and screenplay are blatant ripoffs of John Carpenter's Halloween. However, I still had fun with this movie, and I don't hear it being mentioned very often.
In obsession with murder.
Coming in at number 8 is Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. Released in 1981, this is somewhat of a disturbing movie, and despite it being a low-budget film, I would definitely rate it a cut above most other low-budget slashers.
I won't listen to your filth. Look, man, gotta remind you about.
Okay, at number 7 I have 10 to Midnight, from 1981 and starring Charles Bronson. This is an interesting movie that I think gets overlooked because it's somewhat of a hybrid between an action thriller and a slasher, but it has good acting and the screenplay definitely keeps you interested. Alright, number 6 is Madman from 1981. I did not have high hopes going into this movie, but it is surprisingly good. Basically, this is another summer camp slasher, so if you like Friday the 13th or The Burning, then this is the film for you.
Found another body this morning. There's some maniac. He's running around chopping women up.
Okay, number 5 on the list is Edge of the Axe from 1988. This is a fun movie that has a twist ending. Basically, an axe murderer is on the loose, terrorizing a small town in Northern California. And I really like the scenery in this film. Northern California has some really beautiful landscapes.
Bloody Birthday.
Okay, number 4 on the list is Bloody Birthday from 1981. This movie takes the already terrifying concept of killer children and just goes full throttle. If you thought you were afraid of children before, then just wait until you see this movie.
Some call for the last time.
Alright, number 3 on the list is Party Line from 1988. This movie needs more love. It usually gets overlooked because most often it gets classified as an erotic thriller, but make no mistake, this is definitely a slasher.
Someone there?
Okay, at the number 2 spot I have Silent Scream from 1979, the only film on the list that's not from the 80s. This movie has a very spooky atmosphere, and it definitely has some psychological horror aspects to it, but I still classify it as a slasher.
You're a real sweetheart, you know that? A real sweetheart.
And the moment you've all been waiting for, my number 1 underrated slasher is Blood Rage from 1987. This movie was slept on for a long time, but I think it's starting to get the recognition that it deserves. If you like campy and cheesy slashers with lots of gore, then this is the movie for you. Well, so there you have it. my top 10 favorite underrated slasher films. I hope you had a good time with this video, and let me know what some of your favorites are in the comments below. That's it for this week's video. Tune in next week.